Good day, and thank you for joining us for our corporation's annual review of activities for the period of April 1st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023. I'll commence today's meeting with our land acknowledgement.
Marine Atlantic would like to respectfully acknowledge that we operate in Mi'kma'gwi, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq peoples, and on the island of Uknamkuk, the unceded traditional territory of the Beothuk and the Mi'kmaq peoples. We also acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatukavut.
My name is Gary O'Brien, and I am the chair of Marine Atlantic's Board of Directors. Today's meeting is being live streamed via our website and YouTube channels, and I welcome everyone who has joined us today both virtually and in person. This meeting is being simultaneously translated and presented in both French and English. Joining me today are Murray Hupman, President and CEO, and Sean Lehman, Vice President of Finance. Employees throughout the organization continued to work together to provide a reliable, essential ferry service. I am pleased to be here today to provide you with an overview of last fiscal year's activities. In 2022-2023, we witnessed a rebound in passenger traffic, increasing 56% over the previous year, as people once again began to travel to visit loved ones and take part in leisure travel. Commercial traffic, steadfast throughout the pandemic, experienced an increase of approximately 2%. Thank you to our customers and the Marine Atlantic team for a positive year as we continue to experience a rebound in traffic levels following the pandemic. During last year's annual review of activities, I noted the devastation caused by Hurricane Fiona that adversely impacted many employees, families, and friends in this region. I am pleased to share that this recovery work continued during the year and remains ongoing. Many employees worked selflessly to support one another, their communities, and our region in the rebuilding process. Thank you to all who have been a part of the process. From a governance perspective, we continue to focus on ensuring we are well positioned to provide a safe, efficient, and affordable ferry service to all. I would also like to acknowledge my Board of Directors colleagues for their ongoing commitment and dedication, guidance, and collaboration over the past year. A special thank you to two outgoing members of our board, Janie Bussey and Brent Chaffee, for their service over the past 5 years. A warm welcome to two new incoming members, Jennifer Warren and Randy Drover, whose knowledge and experience will be an asset to our organization. Our strategic plan is designed to focus on attaining our corporate vision. The 4 key areas of focus include, number 1, our customers and stakeholders by ensuring capacity and service levels to provide a service that meets customer needs while maintaining affordable rates. Number 2, our financial and public stewardship by protecting people, the environment in which we operate, and our property. Number 3, our internal processes by using innovation to provide a modern, sustainable, and effective ferry service. And number 4, our people, tools, and skills by focusing on building and retaining a diverse and inclusive team that will enable us to succeed. From an infrastructure perspective, there was significant progress on 2 key capital projects, namely the construction of a new vessel, the Alasunu, and a new administration building in the town of Channel, Port aux Basques. We're thrilled with the progress on these 2 projects and are looking forward to their completion in the coming year. Embedded in the philosophy of these projects is our commitment to providing a workplace and travel options that are accessible to all Canadians. I am pleased to share that the new charter vessel will incorporate modern, accessible features that aligned with the most recent accessibility transportation for persons with disability regulations. When the vessel enters service, it will be one of the most accessible passenger vessels globally. As we look to the future, recognizing the ever-changing environmental landscape, this board acknowledges the value in seeking change in developing Port aux Basques Harbor. Removing Vardes Island remains a board priority as it enhances the harbor development with a focus on safety and improving services. In conclusion, thank you to the Government of Canada for their ongoing partnerships and collaboration as we work together to further our projects and initiatives that benefit all Canadians. This past fiscal year demonstrated the continued need to adapt to ever-changing environments as we navigate a new post-pandemic world and as our communities continue to experience the power of nature. We are dedicated to working to minimize our impact on the environment with a goal of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. This past year, we implemented initial actions towards that goal and are working towards a full action plan. We will continue to be successful through the adaptability and resiliency of our team. I would now like to invite our President and CEO, Murray Hupman, to provide a presentation highlighting some of our initiatives and achievements during the past fiscal year. Murray.
Thank you, Gary. I would like to echo your sentiments and offer my congratulations to our employees for their efforts during the fiscal year to provide our customers with a safe, quality service. I will begin this morning with a short overview of our ferry service for those who are not familiar with our organization. Marine Atlantic provides an essential constitutionally mandated ferry transportation service between Newfoundland and Labrador and Nova Scotia. We provide the only daily ferry service connecting the island of Newfoundland to Nova Scotia and transport hundreds of thousands of vehicles and passengers each year. We also transport many of the goods that are used and consumed in Newfoundland and Labrador each day. We provide both a commercial freight and passenger transportation service. This service is provided with our 4 ice-class vessels, namely the MV Atlantic Vision, the MV Leif Erikson, the MV Blue Betise, and the MV Highlanders. Marine Atlantic is a Crown corporation reporting to the Minister of Transport and receives annual operating subsidies to deliver the service. From April 1st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023, we continued to witness traffic rebound following the significant decline in traffic due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Overall, there was a 15% increase in traffic traveling on our vessels compared to the previous year. For the 2022-23 fiscal year, we transported approximately 360,000 passengers, 142,000 passenger vehicles, and 92,000 commercial vehicles. The greatest difference from the previous fiscal year was a significant increase in passenger traffic. We carried approximately 130,000 more passengers, along with approximately 60,000 additional passenger vehicles. Overall, our fleet on-time performance was 86%. During the year, our customers told us we met or exceeded their expectations 90% of the time. They were also pleased with our frontline employees during their travels, with 96% of customers stating they were highly satisfied. Our commitment to provide our customers with a safe, reliable, and accessible ferry service remains unwavering. Understanding and supporting their needs means we can make their travel as efficient and enjoyable as possible. We always strive to improve our services. We are focusing on building a culture of innovation that will modernize our customers' journey. Central to our success is our continued focus on harnessing the value of information. For example, over the year, we have made significant enhancements in providing commercial customers with real-time information, enabling them to make effective and time-sensitive decisions. One of the more significant customer enhancements we made during the year was the introduction of pet-friendly cabins. I am pleased to share that these cabins have been in very high demand with very positive feedback from our customers. Most of our passenger traffic has traditionally traveled during the summer months, leaving capacity for people with more flexibility to travel during the shoulder seasons. To encourage increased travel during these times, we offered a discount campaign. In the spring, we partnered with the province of Newfoundland and Labrador as part of their Come Home Year activities and offered a 25% discount on passenger and passenger-related vehicle fares. During the fall, we partnered with Newfoundland and Labrador Outfitters Association and offered a 22% discount. As a critical element of the Canadian supply chain infrastructure, our goal is to ensure we provide a safe, reliable ferry service that connects people, goods, and services in support of the regional economy. Central to our success is maintaining and upgrading our infrastructure. To that end, fleet renewal is always a priority at Marine Atlantic. Throughout the year, Marine Atlantic continued the development of its long-term fleet strategy as the Leif Erikson approaches the end of its useful life. It was also an exciting year as our new vessel, the Alisuanu, began to take shape with the first steel cut in May of 2022 and keel laying in November of 2022. At year-end, our partner, Stena North Sea Limited, remained on schedule to deliver the Alisuanu in spring of 2024. We will be chartering the Alisuanu for 5 years, and we have the option to purchase the ship at the end of the charter period. Our team is very excited about the possibilities this new vessel presents. Here is a short time-lapse video covering the exterior construction of the vessel. Construction of the vessel is continuing with an expected arrival in Canada in spring of 2024 and in service by June. Early in 2024, we will begin sharing more information about the new vessel. Another key infrastructure project that began during the fiscal year is the construction of a new administration building in Port aux Basques. The new building is scheduled to be open in the summer of 2024. The building is being constructed with the goal of being energy efficient, minimizing the impact on the environment, and attaining LEED certification, as well as being a safe, modern, and accessible facility for our team. The weather has always been an integral part of our operation, as our captains include environmental conditions in their daily operational decisions. Recently, we have been experiencing changing weather patterns that are resulting in more intense and frequent storms. The impact of climate change is significantly impacting the decisions we are making for the future. We are committed to doing our part to lessen the impact on our environment in which we operate for generations to come. This includes achieving net zero emissions by 2050. As a member of the Green Marine Environmental Certification Program, we are focusing on continued improvements beyond regulatory requirements. The program focuses on targeting environmental issues such as greenhouse gases, community impacts, and water and land pollution. Marine Atlantic currently holds a Level 3 certification for vessels, terminals, and office buildings. During this fiscal year, we introduced electric vehicles into our fleet and are working to replace our existing fleet of vehicles with an electric alternative. We've installed electric vehicle charging stations at all 3 of our terminal and administration buildings to support employees and customers who drive hybrid or fully electric vehicles. Also, to protect against the transfer of organisms from one ecosystem to another, we have begun to fit our vessels with ballast water treatment systems to protect against the accidental transport of organisms and invasive species that may negatively impact our natural ecosystems. The safety, security, and protection of people, environment, and assets are our highest priorities. Together, our teams work to provide a safe and secure service for all employees, customers, contractors, and communities. Our policies, procedures, and response plans provide the integral structure to mitigate against incidents, proactively prepare to respond when required, and adapt for continual improvement. Protecting the safety of our employees goes far beyond protective equipment and procedures. Each year, employees come together for a safety summit to learn from one another and discover how we can enhance our safety performance and culture. Promoting a safe workplace means creating an environment that is respectful for our employees' physical and psychological health. Our Psychological Health and Safety Advisory Committee works collaboratively to improve the overall psychological health, safety, and well-being of employees. The valued members of our team are central to our success. Their ongoing dedication makes it possible for us to serve our customers in a safe and reliable manner. Our goal is to provide all employees with a safe, healthy environment that enables them to grow and thrive in their careers. Our training activities and programs are designed to strengthen the skills of today's employees and grow our leaders of tomorrow. Our learning management system has provided employees with flexibility as they complete online self-study programs. In accordance with changes to Part 3 of the Canada Labour Code, Marine Atlantic implemented paid medical leave for employees who did not previously have this benefit to alleviate financial stress for those experiencing short-time illness. Providing a diverse and inclusive environment means creating an environment where everyone can thrive. We are proud to continue prioritizing equity, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility to ensure Marine Atlantic is an inclusive workplace for all. We are continuing the development of a pay equity plan. Our Pay Equity Committee is reviewing roles predominantly held by women with the goal of determining if there are gender wage gaps, with the goal of ensuring equitable pay practices. We are committed to our path towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. Over the past year, we continued to educate our employees on the heritage, beliefs, and cultures of Indigenous peoples and have taken initiatives that promote Indigenous culture throughout our organization. Working with our Accessibility and Inclusion Advisory Committee, we are developing education and activities to improve our processes to provide passengers and employees with the support they need for a truly accessible service and workplace. The support of the communities and areas in which we operate is an integral component to our success. Hurricane Fiona had a devastating impact on our communities. While we were fortunate not to experience any significant damage to our service, many of our employees and their families were heavily impacted by the storm. Through volunteerism and donations, our teams provided essential support to their coworkers, friends, family, and the neighbors, and we are incredibly proud of the work they did. The corporation donated $10,000 to the Salvation Army in both Port aux Basques and North Sydney to assist with emergency needs, and $15,000 to the Canadian Red Cross to help with rebuilding efforts. I also would like to acknowledge the tremendous efforts that are continuing as employees, families, and friends work to rebuild after the horrific impacts of Hurricane Fiona. Investing in our communities means investing in our employees. In concluding, I would like to thank you for joining us today, and I encourage you to read our annual report for a much more detailed description of our fiscal year initiatives. I look forward to providing further updates about the exciting projects that are on the horizon at Marine Atlantic. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. I now invite our Vice President of Finance, Sean Lehman, to provide an overview of the past year's financial highlights. Sean.
Thank you, Gary. I'm pleased to be here today to provide an overview of Marine Atlantic's financial results for the fiscal year April 1st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023. The year represented a major step in our road to recovery following the significant decline in travelers using the service during the COVID-19 pandemic. By summer 2022, restrictions had been dropped and people were able to return to regular travel. Overall, during the year, we experienced a 65% increase in passenger traffic volumes compared to the previous year. The total commercial units traveling during the year also increased by 2.7% year over year. In total, revenues for the organization were $269 million. Approximately $139 million was generated in user pay plus ancillary revenues, and the Government of Canada provided a subsidy of approximately $130 million. The Marine Atlantic Ferry Service operates on a balanced budget approach, which means the organization does not make a profit. To that end, the organization's total revenue is utilized to cover the costs of providing the ferry service. These revenues are a combination of user pay fees and a subsidy from the Government of Canada. From an expense perspective, our primary budgeted expenditures for the year included employee wages and benefits, vessel charter costs, fuel, repairs and maintenance, materials, supplies, service costs, insurance, rent, and utilities. Fuel expenses were $24.6 million higher than the previous year as oil prices continued to be extremely volatile. The corporation's cost of fuel per liter was 65% higher than the previous year. In addition, the organization's vessel fleet completed 108 more trips during the year to transport the increased traffic volume, resulting in increased consumption of fuel during the year. Charter fees were $300,000 higher than the previous year due to higher average daily rates. Labor costs were $13.5 million higher compared to the previous year. Increased staffing was needed to meet operational requirements related to increased passenger numbers and sailings. Additionally, negotiated wages were higher than anticipated because of high general inflation rates. Materials, supplies, and services were $2.6 million higher compared to fiscal year 2021-22, as consumables costs were higher due to the increase in traffic and inflationary pressures. Repairs and maintenance costs were $900,000 higher than the previous year. The increase mainly driven by a shore infrastructure project and inflation. Insurance, rent, and utilities were $800,000 higher than last year, mainly resulting from higher insurance premiums. From a cost recovery perspective, the organization attained a rate of 59.9% for the year. This fell short of the 65% cost recovery target set by the shareholder. For a further breakdown of our revenues and expenditures, you are encouraged to review our full financial statements, which are outlined in greater detail in our annual report, available on our website at marineatlantic.ca. I would like to conclude by thanking our shareholder, the Government of Canada for their support, the Board of Directors for their leadership and oversight, and all Marine Atlantic employees for the continued commitment and dedication to providing a safe and reliable service. Thank you.
Thank you to Murray, Sean, my board colleagues, and all the staff at Marine Atlantic for their ongoing hard work and commitment. This past fiscal year presented successes and challenges and demonstrated our continued rebound from the COVID-19 pandemic. We look forward to carrying our success into the future. Our latest annual report is available on our website for anyone who wishes to review our fiscal year's activities in more detail. Again, thank you for your interest in Marine Atlantic.